Update. I, male 24, found out my daughter isn't mine, and I'm soon to wed my fiancé 25 female. Original post. About a month ago, an old friend of my fiancé came and told me my 1-year-old daughter might not be mine. She told me my fiancé Sarah confessed to her shortly after finding out she was pregnant that it might not be mine because at the time she had been sleeping with one other guy. Now that we are going to get married soon, she just couldn't keep this to herself and felt the need to tell me. Well, I obviously didn't take the news well, because everything she said contradicted the person I knew for 5 years, faithful, honest, and loving. However, that doubt didn't go away, and I ended up going through with a paternity test. I'm not her father. As you can imagine, it has broken my heart. I'm still coming to terms to the news. It explains why she suddenly got pregnant, despite the protection I was using. But I just assumed things happen, and it is what it is, and terminating was out of the question. At this point, I'm not sure where to go in life. The wedding is 2 weeks away at this point, family is coming, everything is paid for. My daughter, who I love, turns out isn't mine at all, and I've been raising someone else's kid. I'm about to marry a woman who I can't bring myself to look at anymore. I'm at a loss. I'm not sure what advice you guys can offer, but I don't know who else to turn to. Now for the top advice before reading the updates. If I'm reading this correctly, you've been with your fiancé for 5 years, and you just found out that your 1-year-old daughter isn't yours. So, 3¼ years into your relationship, your faithful, honest girlfriend was sleeping with someone else and got pregnant and hid how it happened from you and let you believe the baby was yours all the way through the pregnancy and the first year. That is effed up, with capital F. There's no point going through with the wedding at this point. Even if you have lost a ton of money on a wedding that shouldn't happen, there's no reason to compound that with future financial losses to a pair of divorce lawyers. With a capital F. I'm about to marry a woman who I can't bring myself to look at anymore. I'm at a loss. Tell everyone the truth. Someone told you your daughter might not be yours. You did a DNA test, and you're not the father. It's the truth. Don't shrink from it. You have nothing to be ashamed of here, so deal with it head on. My advice is as others have given. Stop the wedding. You're a very young man. Do not start your marriage under this huge lie, this rotten deception by your fiancé. Your lady showed how she's prepared to use people. Very cold. Your fiancé and her family will likely want another DNA test, which is quite understandable. I would cool my relationship with my fiancé until another DNA test is done and end your relationship if the second test gives the same results. Sorry you got this slap in the face. Years from now, you'll likely see it as a blessing. I met her when I was 19. She was with someone at the time. They broke up, and a year later we got together. We really clicked upon getting to know each other better. We were supposed to be exclusive. I haven't slept with other people since we became a thing. Apart from this mystery man who is the father, who knows if she's slept with other men? She probably doesn't know if the baby is or isn't mine, or maybe she does. I haven't brought it up to her just yet. She knows nothing about this. You doubting her faithfulness will never go away. Imagine feeling like this for the rest of your life. Don't marry her, go find a lawyer now. That's terrible. Do yourself a favor and never marry this woman. She was willing to let you raise another man's baby. She is a most wicked of woman. You are very young and will have a great future with the right person, but she's not that person. Get the ring back. See a lawyer if your name is on the birth certificate. As noted in another comment, even if your name isn't on the birth certificate, or it is and you want to maintain the relationship, you need to contact a lawyer. OP could both be forced to act as the child's father, even if they didn't want to, and their name wasn't on the birth certificate, if the biological father can't be identified due to acting as the father up until this point. And they could be forced out of the child's life, even if their name is on the birth certificate, if the biological father tries to assert their parental rights and responsibilities. A lawyer will be a must. My name is, which is why I assume I was able to take a paternity test. I don't know who the father is, I just know I'm not him. I didn't plan on having a kid this soon in life, so I had and have some resentment of the situation I'm in, being a father. But I don't blame the baby, nor did I just blame life for throwing a curveball. It was what it was. Getting a lawyer is something I'll have to consider with what you just mentioned. It seems if I choose to just opt out, it won't be so simple. Now for the updates. Thank you for all the advice, good and bad. Different perspectives offer some insight as to what I can do. Even the ones that didn't help pointed out what I shouldn't do. All I know is I have loved this woman and her family, so the last thing I want is a nuclear option. There's a lot to consider. I have 2 weeks at this point to decide what I want to do. I'm heartbroken. I don't want to necessarily think with my emotions alone. I'd rather think this through as I make another of my large life choices. I am currently waiting on the results of a second paternity test, just to confirm the results of the first one before I make any kind of jump. If you still have any additional advice to offer away. I'm still catching up on messages. There's so many and I'm taking my time to reflect on each one. Now for the full update 8 days later. I'm sure people would like an update and a somewhat of a conclusion to this hurdle in my life, but here's what happened. I read everyone's advice and a lot of it was very helpful, while others, not so much. Some going as far as to consider offing people. Yeah, not on the table. But for those that did offer genuine advice, thank you. After getting the same result with the second paternity test, I talked to Sarah and a lot of emotions rolled out. How could an old friend betray me? And she said, I wasn't sure if it was or wasn't yours. I'm sorry. How could you not trust me? She was all over the place. After she calmed down, I got a few more answers out of her. Turns out it wasn't one guy she was sleeping with, rather, a total of 3. And they wore protection too, but someone got unlucky and knocked her up. At this point I should have been furious, but somehow, that didn't happen. I had grown numb to the whole situation. So yeah, I decided I don't want to go through with this marriage, put everything on hold, and I planned to eventually cancel everything. I called my parents and explained what was going on, and they were shocked. Then her parents, same reaction. I was surprised with how understanding they were to the whole situation. Like I said, they're great people, and their reaction only reinforces this. Luckily, the wedding was within driving distance from all attendees, 8 hours being the longest drive, so the amount of fallout was minimal. But apart from Maya and her parents, no one else knows what's really going on, other than the wedding is delayed. Regarding my daughter, I've come to terms that she's not mine, and any feelings I have towards her were built on a lie. It's not too late to start over, she's still young, and she won't remember me. As painful as it is, I can't see my life continuing with her. So to wrap things up, I've moved out for the time being to have some space. My parents said I could stay with them until I can sort things out, waiting on the results of an STD test that should be coming in tomorrow. I've talked to a lawyer, and she said it's a pretty messy situation. But if we can find out who the father is, it could very much help my case. I don't know any of the possible fathers, but her friend instantly knew 2 of the names. As for the third, she wasn't sure, but knew someone who might. So this is where I am, still not sure where things will go and what will happen, but I can only hope for the best. Life sometimes takes a dump on you, but you don't realize it till one person spills the beans. Thanks guys for the help. I wish I could tell you I'm looking forward to a happy ending, but it's too soon to be sure of anything. You made all of the right decisions, bro. You will look back on this and be so thankful that you didn't stay with her. Don't walk, but run away from her and never accept her back. Save yourself a lot of hurt in the future. Sorry something like that happened to you, but it's life. Good luck. Agreed. Jesus. 3 guys, and she tried deflecting still after the facts came out and tried to shift it on him. What a freaking mess. Hopefully OP can get a lawyer and contest paternity, or he'll be on hook for 18 years of child support. Also, I'm certain she knew who was the father. She was just still trying to play stupid. What a horrible person. The petty part of me hopes karma and life will screw her over enough. OP, live your best life. Show her what she lost, so she regrets this for the rest of her life. As others have suggested, go to r/surviving infidelity and post there. They'll likely help you moving on. Hit the gym. Those post-workout endorphins are awesome. It helped me a lot in that kind of time. Maybe get a dog. My dog got me out of bed most those days when I didn't want to. But I knew he depended on me and I had to do this for him. Time will do the rest. The fact that she let the words, "How could you not trust me?" come out of her mouth when she knew she had been cheating on you with 3 other men at least confirms that you made the right decision. The situation sucks, but you don't have to let uncertainty nag at you or second-guess yourself. This was a narrow escape indeed. Forward is the way, may it be better than this recent past. Yes, I'm surprised their house didn't catch fire with all the gaslighting she is doing. I love how she's the victim in all of this. I've been betrayed, how can you not trust me? Geez, I wonder why. Almost every time I read posts here about cheaters getting exposed, it seems like their initial reaction is to become defensive, self-victimize, and even try to indirectly guilt their significant other. Most cheaters aren't that different at the core of it. 100%. Because when it's all exposed, there's no defense for cheating. All the cheater has is, "It's not my fault, I was pushed to it." Add the type of personality who cheats, and it's normally the type who blame other people for all their problems. Next story. Just found out my girlfriend cheated on me and that our 3-month-old daughter is possibly not mine. My girlfriend and I were together for 3 years. Then about a year ago, she found out that she was pregnant unexpectedly, and we decided to go through with it. Our daughter is 3 months old now, and everything was going fine up until now. My girlfriend asked me to make a backup of her phone for her, so she would have everything saved up for if her phone broke. While backing up her phone, I ended up finding messages of her and a coworker of hers, flirting and repeatedly meeting up at his place for at least the course of 3 months. Could have been more. I'm freaking heartbroken about this, but that isn't even the worst part about it. The time she was cheating also overlaps the period our daughter would have been conceived. So, there is a possibility that my daughter isn't even mine. I have been feeling numb ever since I found this out. I haven't told anybody, including my girlfriend. The relationship is 100% over for me, and I have been spending the past few days finding a place to move out of our apartment into a new place, and I will probably be moving out sometime next week, so I am still stuck pretending for some time before I can move out. I'm just filled with anxiety about what to do with my daughter. I plan on getting a paternity test of some sort this week, and I'll make my decision based on the result of it. If I'm the father, I'm obviously going to stay in her life and contact a lawyer to figure things out, some custody agreement. If I'm not the father, I'm not going to be involved in her life at all, because I wouldn't be able to handle the fact that she isn't mine. For the time being, I have no idea how to handle the situation, and it's hitting me heavy. Do I tell a close friend or family member about it? When should I tell my girlfriend that I know about her infidelity? Now for the top advice. Get your ducks in a row. By all means, tell those you trust 100%. Get the paternity test. Get checked for STIs. No more sleeping with her. I am very sorry. This is a heartbreaking story. Be strong and know that you deserve better. Is definitely all happening in the next few days. Thanks for the support. Get a DNA test. If the baby isn't yours, it's not your responsibility. Head to a court to get your name off the birth certificate. DNA testing is going to be mandatory. Get a lawyer involved with this. Most states really couldn't care less to get this straightened out, as long as they already have someone on the hook for support. A good lawyer can help you navigate this flaming dumpster fire, especially as she's likely to fight to keep you from getting out of supporting her and the kid, as the coworker is likely far out of the picture. Contrary to popular belief, it is possible to get your name off the birth certificate, especially in the early months. So get a DNA test as soon as possible. Yeah, I'll definitely get my lawyer involved to straighten everything out for me. To be honest, the only people you should be listening to now are your lawyer and your therapist. That's it. Get as much info about the potential father as you can before letting your girlfriend know that you've found out. Find his full name and hopefully his address. Your girlfriend might hold you responsible for the next 18 years unless you can put someone forward as the potential father. This is obviously worst-case scenario. If she isn't yours biologically, do not react immediately, as hard as that will be. Find a good lawyer and get the ball rolling behind the scene while everyone is still oblivious. Sorry this happened to you, OP. I have saved everything in her phone that has to do with him and have even found his social media if needed. My attorney is going to be involved as soon as possible. Last story. Married for nearly 2 decades. 4 kids with another on the way. Just found out she is cheating on me via our oldest child. How to forgive and get past this. I, male 44, recently found out my wife, female 39, who is due in December, has been cheating on me. The person who found out about the affair is my 14-year-old. It's been a couple of days, but I'm still reeling from all of this. I finally went through the evidence, and the affair has been going on for at least 4 years. I haven't told my wife I know about her affair, but I plan on doing it soon, possibly after the baby is born. While it may not be my child, I still have so much love for this woman and don't want to cause any harm. I know that I should probably start looking into a solicitor, separating our finances, and collecting even more evidence. But I stupidly want to try and fix this, or at least not hate and love her at the same time. I planned on lying to my daughter to cover up for her mother, but my daughter is a smart cookie. There's no way she'd actually believe it. How do I navigate my way through something like this? I don't want to be filled with hatred and let our kids see it. Once I initiate this divorce, our lives will turn upside down. I just don't want this to ruin our kids. If I do a DNA test on the girls, I know it would probably hurt them. We have 4 kids, all girls 14, 10, and 5 twins, and there's a slight chance the twins may not be my children. Just typing this makes my head hurt. I've been calling out of work, but I need to get my head on straight. How did your child find out? When she was at her grandparents' house, as my wife is currently staying there after our argument, she wanted to use her mother's phone to order something to eat. She seen a suspicious notification and found the messages. My daughter took many photos and screenshots, airdropped them to herself, and deleted anything that would make her mom suspicious towards her. I plan on going through her emails and seeing if anything is in there. I planned on lying to my daughter to cover up for her mother, but my daughter is a smart cookie. Whatever you do, don't ever lie to your children about this. Don't lie to your kids to protect her or anyone else. You can tell them minimum age-appropriate info, like mom has a new friend she wants to be with instead of me. And if they want more info, go ask mom. Always put the cheating spouse on the spot for more info. It's not your responsibility to try to explain her wrong actions. If you lie to the kids, they will figure it out anyway, and they will come to distrust you. You don't want that to happen. Kids have to know what the reality is, even when it's tough. Toughness builds character. They can form their own relationship with their mother based on the truth and their understanding, but you owe it to them to give them the basic truth they need to do that. Don't lie to the kids ever. Having read over your other posts, especially the one from a few hours ago, don't lie to the kids. Try to not even really involve the kids. The eldest knows, so the two of you need to be strong right now. Get the tests, DNA and STD. Get to a lawyer. Get the divorce train rolling, as a 4+ year affair is 4+ years too many. You should want a smooth transition to being a single dad. Good luck, and hope the kids are yours. Bite the bullet and get your twins tested, and tell your wife that you will be testing the baby at birth if not sooner, and that you will be filing for divorce. You can and will be a great dad without her in your life. You also will never get past this. You might be able to forgive, but you will never trust her or forget about this. Also, this isn't a one-night stand or an affair. She has a relationship with another man, and been doing it for almost 5 years. Sorry, but in my opinion, she is a disgusting and vile person. I am also wondering, were you trying to get pregnant again? Test the baby sooner. You don't want to be responsible for another man's baby. Don't pay child support for 18 years if it doesn't belong to you. Get a lawyer and start the process.